So I know I normally do story times, and that's like how I start my channel. I decided I was gonna do story times, like that was what my channel was gonna be. But I guess this is kind of a story time. This is a video on how I weaned my baby. And let me tell you something about my baby. This kid, since day one, booby. I mean, he co-slept with us. He was always attached to it, you know, all night long. He did not unlatch himself. He just stayed latched onto my boob. Like, I slept with no shirt, no bra. So he was literally always on it. In the daytime, he didn't want food. He wanted boob. Like, anyways, I thought I was never gonna wean him. I thought he was gonna be on it forever, and I was gonna be one of those moms who like breastfeeds her kid until he's like 4 years old, and I was not about to do that. I did not want to do that. I wanted to stop at a year. I ended up stopping at a year and a half, and yeah, so here's my story. I had tried to stop breastfeeding him on his first birthday. I was like, alright, this is it. This is the day. Boom. I was going to quit cold turkey. Boom. Girl, let me tell you when I say that did not work. And here he comes. When I say that did not work, it did not work. I felt horrible. I felt so bad. He was looking at me. He goes, Mama! Titi, because that's how he asked for it. He went Titi is what we called it, Titi. So he would point at it at his chest and he'd say Titi, Mama. Anyways, I felt horrible. I felt like such a bad person. I felt so bad, and I gave in. It did not work. So then my mom suggested that, you know, I cut his feeds out one by one. I was like, well, that's not really gonna work because he's not on a schedule. I never put him on a schedule. We do whatever we want as we want, you know. If we want to wake up at 10:30 in the morning, we're gonna wake up at 10:30 in the morning. If we want to wake up at 8 in the morning, we're waking up at 8 in the morning. I mean, that's just, you know, I don't have a specific, oh, it's nap time, oh, it's lunchtime kind of thing. I'm not that put together. I mean, we stay at home. I mean, let him do what he wants. I mean, obviously there's rules, but as far as like a schedule goes, there is none. Anyways, so I tried that. I tried just cutting out one feeding a day, and it didn't work really until about he reached about a year and 6 months, and that's when I was like, okay, I really need to stop this, because I don't know if it was my breastfeeding. I feel like it was breastfeeding. This is his toy chips. Anyways, I feel like it was breastfeeding, but I was getting these really bad dizzy spells. The room would spin and I'd be sick to my stomach, and just, it was horrible. It was not good. It was so bad that I actually wrecked and totaled my truck because of one of the episodes. So I really felt like it was because of my breastfeeding. That was the only thing that I had changed about, you know, my life and everything. It had to have been breastfeeding. So I really needed to stop, because I mean, I've been on all these different seizure medicines and nothing was working for me. I was still getting them, and I really, you know, in my heart, I felt like I just can't breastfeed. And that was kind of emotional for me, because it's like I always thought that I was gonna be able to breastfeed all my kids. And but I mean, I'm grateful that I at least got to breastfeed my son. My future kids will not be breastfed though. I'll probably, you know, breastfeed them in the hospital so they can get the colostrum, but that's gonna be about it. After that, my kids are gonna be formula fed from here on out. I feel like I cannot breastfeed. I don't know what it is about breastfeeding that triggers it, but it was a horrible experience, and the only reason I kept going through them and pushing through the episodes was because I was determined to breastfeed my child for a year, and I reached that goal. I surpassed that goal. So changing locations because I was propped up on his grill and he wanted to play with it. But anyways, as I was saying, I surpassed my goal and I'm proud of myself for that. And yeah. So anyways, at his 18-month appointment, his doctor asked me, is he still breastfeeding? Have you done an iron test? And I was like, yes, he's still breastfeeding. No, I haven't done an iron test, I told the doctor, I said, I'm gonna stop breastfeeding though, because it's time. It's time. So that day, I stuck to it, because for a while there, like I said, I had been trying to cut out feeds every now and then. So he was to the point where he wasn't breastfeeding during the day. He was eating table food. I mean, he had been eating table foods since 4 months, but he was he was eating bigger meals. So he wasn't breastfeeding during the day. He was eating bigger meals, and my thing was to get him off of it at night. Nighttime was my biggest struggle with him because, as I said earlier in the video, he was always on it at night. I slept with no shirt, no bra, because he was just constantly, we co-slept. That was just how it happened. And so what I did was I would breastfeed him to sleep, and then if he would wake up, I would, pat him and sing him songs. It started off with Wheels on the Bus, and then he got tired of that one. He wanted he would say Minamo, Minamo, because there's a movie out called Coco, and one of the songs is Un Poco Loco, and one of the verses, I guess, is Ay mi amor, ay mi amor. The kid sings that, and my son just loves that song, and that's how he sings it, Minamo, Minamo. So it went from Wheels on the Bus to that song, and now it's to the ABCs. And so I would just sing him that, and I would say the first week was a struggle. Oh, he would fight so hard, and he'd just say, Titi, please. He would say please, and sign language. I know sign language please is supposed to be like this in a circle on your, I think it's like down here, but he goes like this, please, please. And he knows more is like to put your hands together like this. So he'd say mas, because we're bilingual, so he knows more as mas in Spanish. So he would put his little hands together. He'd say mas, please, Titi, and point at his chest, and I'd have to tell him I don't have any, no sirve, and he would cry, but eventually he fell back asleep. And it helped that we got him his own bed. I feel like that helped a lot, because as I said, I had been trying to stop breastfeeding from a year, from his first birthday, and before we got his bed, weaning at night, no, I had tried it and it just was not a thing. So anyways, I feel like getting his own bed helped, and I would literally just, with every time that he would wake up, just sing him back to sleep, sing to him and pat him on the back, on the leg. Sometimes I would rub his little belly, and he would just eventually fall back asleep. And after a while, it started getting easier and easier, and now it's to the point where he's been breastfed. He's been weaned. Not breastfed. He's been weaned for 2 weeks and a day now, and he doesn't ask for it anymore. He pretty much sleeps through the night. He'll wake up around 1 in the morning. But not for long. Literally, he wakes up, he says, Mama, finds out, where am I? And I'll say, I'm right here, baby. I sit up, and I'll look at him in his bed, and he says, Mama, and then he'll just fall back asleep. And it's just the cutest little thing. And so, yeah, so that's how I weaned my baby. So pretty much I just started cutting out his feedings in the day, little by little, one by one. I would cut out one feeding, wait a couple days, cut out another, wait a couple days, you know, that kind of thing, until all his daytime feedings were gone. And then at night I would nurse him to sleep at night, and then if he woke up during the night I would sing him to sleep. And then it got to the point where I didn't have to nurse him to sleep anymore. I would just sing him to sleep. And then the last feeding that we cut out was our morning feeding. He would wake up, and it used to be he would wake up, he would climb from his bed to mine, and he would nurse. And then one day I just said, you know, no more, that's all, there's no more. And so the day after that, it was just, we were done. He didn't ask for it. He would wake up and he would say papa, you know, for food, and we would get up and we would go eat. And now that's what happens. He wakes up, he asks for papa, I make him breakfast, I give him a sippy cup, we come in the room, watch his cartoons, and go on about our day. And I was just like so excited because I never thought I was gonna wean him, because he was just so attached to the boob. He never took a pacifier as a baby, so I mean, I was his pacifier, I was his bottle, I was everything in one. And now he's weaned, and it's bittersweet because sometimes I miss nursing him, but I'm glad we can move on to the next chapter, potty training. So look, keep an eye out for that video in the future. Once I get him potty trained, I'll make a video about it. Thanks for watching, guys. Sorry that I look so unpresentable and that this video is just wonky, but I needed to film it while I was thinking about it so that everything was fresh in my brain, and that's how it panned out. Alright guys, I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye.